Good morning. This is a public workshop for St. Johns River Water Management District, Southwest Florida Water Management District, and South Florida Water Management District's proposed rule amendments to its CUP water use rules in chapters of 40C2, 40D2, and 40E2 FAC. The purpose of and effect of this rulemaking will be to amend St. Johns River Water Management District, Southwest Florida River Water Management District, and South Florida Water Management District's existing CUP rules. The notice of rule development was published in the Florida Administrative Register by St. Johns River Water Management District on August 4th, 2025, by Southwest Florida on August 11th, 2025, and by South Florida Water Management District on November 1st, 2024. My name is Simon Sunderland. I'm the Bureau Chief of Water Use at the South Florida Water Management District. The main purpose of this workshop is to discuss the potential draft rule amendments and receive public comments, both to Senate Bill 1386 and St. Johns River Water Management District has some additional items. This meeting is being recorded and will be available on the district's South Florida Water Management District's YouTube channel, and will also be available on the website after the meeting, probably later today or tomorrow. If you wish to keep informed about the status of the rulemaking, or if you have any comments about the proposed rule amendments, please see the respective contacts that are given towards the end of this presentation. With that, we'll go ahead and get started.
Okay. Good morning. I'm April Breton, the Bureau Chief of Southwest Florida Water Management District. During the 2024 session, legislature passed Senate Bill 1386. This bill required Florida Department of Environmental Protection and the water management districts to coordinate and jointly develop consumptive use permits rules promoting reclaimed water use and encourage quantifiable potable water offsets. The Senate Bill 1386 allows for the consumptive use permits durations of up to 30 years and CUP extensions of up to 10 years if a water supply development or a water resource development project using reclaimed water meets certain statutory conditions. DEP and districts jointly develop language to implement this Senate bill. The proposed rule changes for Senate Bill 1386 allows for a CUP duration of up to 30 years and a CUP extension of up to 10 years if a water supply development or water resource development project uses reclaimed water plus meets certain statutory conditions. For the 30-year permit, it demonstrates new projects will be completed and operational within the first 20 years of the new permit, and it either meets all the demands beyond the 20 years or the requirements of minimum flows and levels prevention recovery strategy under 373.0421 Florida statutes. For a 10-year extension, you'll have to demonstrate new project that already is completed and operational before the extension or will be completed and operational within the existing permit term and either meets the water demands beyond the 20 years or requirements of the MFL prevention recovery strategy under, again, the 373.0421 Florida statutes. For both, you must quantify potable water saved by using reclaimed water for new water supply development projects or the offset provided to water source by new water resource development projects. Use of reclaimed water must be in the ownership or the controlled area of the applicants and the permittee.
Good morning. My name is Darren Herbst. I'm the Bureau Chief for Water Use Regulation at the St. Johns River Water Management District. Just going to provide an overview of some additional rule changes that will occur for St. Johns River. One is we'll be incorporating the outstanding Florida Springs rules adopted in Rule 6241.400 through 62-41.402 of the Florida Administrative Code. We'll also be repealing the requirement in our rule that allows for only one CUP application to be pending at a time. Also amending the criteria for local government to adopt an ordinance limiting landscape irrigation to enforce certain general permit by rule criteria. This allows local governments located in 2 water management districts to enact an ordinance providing an alternative landscape irrigation conservation measure to allow a uniform schedule that matches at least one district's jurisdiction. Secondly, it will allow local governments to enact a landscape irrigation ordinance approved by the St. Johns River Water Management District as part of the Permittee's Water Conservation Plan. Additional rule changes will clarify a rule requiring a permanent identification tag at each withdrawal facility. And permittees will provide their own tags, and they will no longer be purchased from the St. Johns River Water Management District.
So the next step for this process, we will take some public comments here in a few minutes, but if you want to follow along, their public comments are due by September 5th, 2025. And for the St. John's rules, they're tentatively going to the governing board September 9th, 2025. Contacts for the various rulemaking are, you can send them to your respective water management district contacts listed here on this slide. As I said before, a copy of this presentation will be available online on sfwmd.gov after this meeting. And with that, we'll go to general public comments. We will limit comments to 3 minutes at a time. If you choose to participate at this time, or likewise, you can send in any written comments by September 5th. With that, we'll start with attendees in the room. Are there any comments? That will move out to one line. If you'd like to have a public comment at this time, please raise your hand on the Zoom function and we will get to you and unmute you. Okay, we have Mr. Paul Gray has raised his hand. Can you please go ahead and unmute yourself?
Hi, sound check.
Go ahead, Mr. Gray.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Paul Gray from Audubon, Florida. And I'm not sure I understand the process. Are you guys going to do some rulemaking to discuss how we're going to do reclaimed and as replacement for groundwater or potable water?
Yeah, that's particularly what this rule is part of doing is allowing offset of probable use or offsetting demands that impact when the floating company like.
Okay, well, yeah, so I guess what we'll be having an eye on, we understand, especially in the Central Florida Water Initiative area, the stresses on the groundwater. And to the extent we can replace groundwater use with reclaimed water, that's a very positive thing. But of course, the reclaimed water has the advanced wastewater treatment standards of 1,000 parts per billion for phosphorus. And of course, Lake Kissimmee is impaired for phosphorus, and the goal for Lake Kissimmee is 54 parts per billion. So if we're putting out water that's 1,000 and our goal for the lake is 54, then that's going to be something we're going to have to watch out for and manage very carefully. And so that's kind of what we're going to be trying to look at is, while we're trying to maximize the use of reclaimed water to help preserve potable water, groundwater, we also have to be careful not to cause nutrient problems. And I read the legislation. It does say that water management districts can limit the use or limit this practice to protect water quality. So that's kind of what our focus will be on. So thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you for your comment. At this time, we have no more public comments. So, like I said before, if anyone wishes to submit written comments to the draft rule, please do so to respective water management districts by close of business on Friday, September 5th, 2025. Like I said before, a copy of this presentation will be available with the contact information at sfwmd.gov, as well as a copy of this meeting. Since there are no more comments at this time, we will close the